The black-eyed children of Cannock Chase. The dense, mist-shrouded woods of Cannock Chase in England have long been considered one of the most haunted places in the UK, but the most chilling accounts involve encounters with the infamous black-eyed children. These pale, hollow-eyed figures, often appearing as young boys or girls, have been reported by terrified witnesses since at least the 1980s. One of the most well-documented cases occurred in 1987, when truck driver John Hartwood was making a late-night delivery through the forest. As he rounded a bend, his headlights illuminated two small children standing motionless on the roadside. Their skin was deathly white, their clothing oddly old-fashioned, and their eyes completely black, with no whites or pupils. When they spoke, their voices were unnaturally deep and monotone. "Can we have a ride home?" Hartwood, overcome with primal dread, sped away. Later, at a nearby pub, the bartender turned pale when Hartwood described the children. "You saw them," he whispered. "They've been seen since the 60s, right where those two little girls were murdered." He was referring to the infamous 1966 Babes in the Wood case, where two young sisters were found strangled in the forest. But the most disturbing detail: other drivers who did stop for the children were never seen again. Some believe these entities are the spirits of murdered children, while others fear there's something far more sinister: predators luring victims into the woods. To this day, locals warn, if you see them, don't stop, don't answer, just run.
Next story if you dare.
Resurrection, Mary Chicago's eternal hitchhiker. Chicago's Resurrection Cemetery is the resting place of Mary Bregovy, a young woman who died tragically in a 1934 hit and run. But according to countless witnesses, Mary never truly left Archer Avenue. The most famous encounter occurred in 1979, when taxi driver Jerry Palus picked up a shivering young woman in a white dress near the cemetery gates. She climbed into the back seat, her skin icy to the touch, and gave an address on Archer Avenue. When Palus turned to ask her name, the seat was empty, but his jacket, which he'd given her to stay warm, was later found neatly folded on Mary's grave. This wasn't an isolated incident. In 1976, cemetery workers arrived to find the iron gates bent outward, as if something or someone had forced its way out. Deep scratches marred the metal, like frantic claw marks. Even more chilling, in 1989, a drunk driver swerved to avoid a girl in white and crashed into a telephone pole. Before dying, he gasped. She was smiling. Some believe Mary is doomed to relive her final moments, forever searching for a ride home. Others whisper that she's not a victim at all, but a vengeful spirit luring reckless drivers to their deaths.
Next story if you dare.
The Watcher House. A family's descent into terror. In 2014, the Broaddus family thought they'd found their dream home in Westfield, New Jersey, until the letters began arriving. The first note was slipped into their mailbox days after moving in. "Dear new neighbor, I am the Watcher. Who has the bedrooms faced the street? I've been watching this house for decades." The letters grew more sinister, mentioning the family's children by name and asking, have they found their rooms yet? Police found no fingerprints, no DNA, just the same unnerving block letters on every note. Neighbors revealed dark rumors. The original builder in the 1920s had allegedly murdered his family inside the house, then stalked new owners, obsessed with protecting it. The Broadduses installed security cameras, but the letters kept coming, once even appearing inside their locked home. The final note read, "I am in the walls, I am in the trees. You will never know when I am watching." The family fled, but the nightmare didn't end. New owners reported flickering lights and shadowy figures in the windows. To this day, no one knows who or what the Watcher really is. Some believe it's a ghost, others a deranged stalker. But one thing is certain, 657 Boulevard is still waiting for its next victim.
Next story if you dare.
The Smiling Man. San Diego's supernatural predator. In 2015, a man walking home through a quiet San Diego neighborhood late at night noticed a figure standing under a streetlight, tall, thin, and dressed in a suit. At first, he assumed it was just another pedestrian, until the man turned toward him, revealing a grin far too wide for a human face, stretching ear to ear with too many teeth. Then, the figure began dancing toward him, jerky, unnatural movements, limbs twitching like a broken marionette. The witness sprinted away, but the thing pursued him silently, gaining ground until, just as it reached out, it vanished. Years earlier, a Reddit user had posted an identical encounter, describing the same unnaturally wide smile and spasmodic dancing. His final post read, "It's outside my window now," before the account went dark. Even more disturbing, these sightings match reports from the 1970s when a serial attacker known as the Night Stalker terrorized San Diego, a killer who never spoke, just smiled as he hunted his victims. Was the smiling man his ghost, or had he never stopped hunting? In 2019, a couple's security camera captured a blurry figure standing motionless in their yard at 3 a.m., its face stretched into that same impossible grin. The footage mysteriously deleted itself hours later. Police have no answers. But those who've seen him agree on one thing. If you ever encounter the smiling man, don't wait to see what he does next. Run. Because if he catches you, you might just become another unsolved case.